And welcome to Mid-Ohio Road Course today, drivers. There are 16 in the field. I'll pull up the qualifying results right now so you can see who made the show. So first is Truth Hoax, second Evan Gomete, third Troy Thomas, fourth Robert Yost, fifth Blair Holman, sixth Brandon Honeycutt, seventh Sean Dunaway, eighth Kyle Hess, ninth Russ Martin, 10th Alex Gates, 11th Andrew Teff, 12th Alex Bergen, 13th John Ross, 14th Philip Archibald, 15th Christopher Pendle, 16th Matt Metler, and 17th Curtis Ecker. Wait for everybody to grid, and I'll also pull up my trading paints at the same time. It's a 45 lap race here. Get a look at how big the track is. It's a 2.21 mile track. I don't know why it says that in the side part, but it's this is where I remember where Parker Clearman got the win for Henderson Motorsports, which I am 15 minutes from, located in Abingdon, Virginia. Some interesting camera angles here. I don't know if this really has any good camera angles. It looks like John Ross will not grid. I don't know if he is in the race or not. What in the world? I'll be doing this league and then another league tomorrow that's next gen. Then I'll be picking up Racers Elite on Thursday again for them. It'll be a very technical track. Guys will have to get through those corners correctly. If you blow one corner, it's not necessarily going to be over, but you're going to be struggling a lot more after that. So you got to be careful for sure. Pace truck does have the lights off. It's getting ready to pull in here. I will pull up a track map if I can find where that is. There we go. So you can see it up there in the top right, kind of below the right, actually, just so you can see where these guys are on the track, and they're not having to kind of guess where they are at the moment. But Pace Truck will pull in as the green flag is in the air. We are underway. As Hope will actually get out to a little bit of a lead here. He's really off the throttle there. Truck will not turn. He's trying to get it to go somewhere with him, but it just does not want to do it. So race down. This is, I believe, 3 and 4 here. I don't know the exact numbers on the track, but guys are going to go for it here. Could be playing a little bit of a game too. Who wants to get in deeper in the braking zone? That's one thing that drivers can meet each other on. Who has the guts to go in there and not lock it up. You don't want to get on the brakes too hard because it will lock this truck up, lock the brakes up on you and try to spin you around, or you'll just keep on going straight. Drivers also have to watch their downshifts. It will try to wheel hop if you are at a high RPM difference with the trucks. You got to be very, very careful with that. Go live? Hold on. It did not go live on mine. I completely forgot to hit live on Ghost. That was my bad. Did I go live on Racers Elite, or am I not live on that one? Hold on, let me see if I am. I may have completely forgot to hit go on both of them. No, I'm not. It is live on that one. Okay, good. See, Hoke and Evan are going at it here. These two are not going to let each other get away. See, Hoke just throwing it through these corners. That's what you have to do with these vehicles, though. You have to really make it turn, because they just do not want to turn at all. They're big and heavy. Once you get it rotating, you have to keep it rotating. You're really trying to play with the gears too. You don't really want to be shifting a lot, but you do want to be able to get off the corners. You don't have to be wheel spinning, though. That's the only thing you got to be worried about. See, Truth. Evan's still going to go at it here. Biggest movers so far. 2 positions. Ecker, Gates is 2 positions also. As Pendle has apparently looped it somewhere. I don't see where he did that necessarily, though. Evan just ran the fastest lap. He ran a 28.90. 128.90, that is. That was 2/10 faster. He's going to have a run here down the front stretch. Going to look to the inside, see if he decides to dive it on in there behind Truth. Truth tries to go for a little bit of a defense. Evan locks it up. Truth gives him the line, though, after he sees that. A little bit of a defensive move there from Truth. Evan got in there pretty deep. Locked it up just a tad, but was able to keep it rolling, so I don't think he hurt it too bad. Got to keep an eye on that, though. Don't want to be doing that too much. It'll really, really hurt that right front tire. Choose who we go with now. You can see it. A little bit of damage on Hoke's bumper. It looks like that's more paint than anything else. And road course, you can get away with damage, so I'm not too concerned about it. He's definitely getting, I think he's going to have a faster lap here too. He runs a 30.51. That was about a 10th faster. Fastest that lap, though, was a 29.49. That was Troy. Troy is catching these guys. Probably tires are coming up to 10ths. Evan's going to look to the outside. Crossover move here possibly on Truth. Truth is going to take this short way around. I think Evan might be able to put the power down on exit, though. No, he will not. I can't really tell from this angle. This camera angle is not very good for this track. They're going to go side by side, as looks like Evan will get that position. Truth will decide to just kind of fall back in line behind him. As Evan, oh, he overshot it. All 3 of them did. Hello. Landscaping, as that will give the lead to Troy. All right, Ross Chastain. So, first, second, and third all blew that corner. They're trying to see who can get in there deeper than each other, and evidently none of them succeeded in that. That'll give Troy the lead, though. Troy just saw it, and he's like, yeah, you know, I'll take all that. You all can go have fun with it. Have to see if Evan can work his way back up there. If he's, I know those tires are going to be a little bit heated for about probably not a whole lap, but they're definitely going to be hot. don't see brakes glowing quite yet on that truck, so I don't think he's done too much damage to it, tire-wise. That does change a lot of stuff, though, because when you get behind somebody on road courses, like, you don't know where they're going to brake. You don't know how aggressive they're going to be getting into the corner, so you're having to guess the whole entire time, and it just makes everything so much more difficult. It's really a pain, so we'll have to see how these guys adjust to it, being behind somebody for the first time now. Bergen has pitted on lap 3. That's kind of odd to see. Evans trying to hound. Somebody is in the dirt. I don't know who that was, but somebody just decided to do some off-road in there. Might get him here in this. No, he's not able to get him. I'm gonna watch P. Straighten out his exits a little bit. He'd get a better exit off because he's kind of pinching these corners off when he's driving around. He's trying to stay really, really tight to the curb, so he might be able to get away with it, kind of not really swinging out, but maybe just falling a little bit straighter off. Truth is the biggest loser right now. He's -5, qualified on the pole. Lost that lead because everybody blew the corner. We're going to see a lot of off-track incidents that they probably turned off the incident counter just because of that. And iRacing's incident counter is so finicky, like, it just doesn't make any sense. They need to update it heavily. Actually going to be running up. Who is that? That's Bergen they're going to be running up on. Bergen's running at 136. He is pulling off to the side, way out of the way of everybody else. He does not want to be in the way of anyone at the moment. I don't know if he just doesn't drive road courses often, but he is way off the pace. Hope is trying to get around him right now, and he will. You see when these trucks get on the brake, though, all that weight transfer just goes to the front, and then when they're back on the throttle, you can see the front end lift. Watch it here. It'll slam down. Oh, the 77 is going to loop it. There goes Gates around. They'll keep it rolling, though. Probably no harm, no foul with that. Kind of watch the front end of these trucks. They're on the throttle. When they get on the brakes, you'll see a slam. Yeah, rear. Exactly what I wanted. There we go. Here we go. Watch it right here. See how that truck just goes, and boom. Watch how see how it just loads the front of that truck. They won't turn when it gets like that. They will start to absolutely just plow. You have to be really, really careful when you start doing that. It is difficult to get up the turn. That's with any vehicle too. All the weight goes to the front. Evans working hard to try to find a way around him. Everybody's pretty even. I mean, they're all 130, 132, or 130.2s, 130.1s. They're pretty dang even across the board because of it. Fill this battle up. Here's what this front four. Guys are keeping it close to each other. I thought we'd really see somebody just run off with it. Thomas is starting to run off with it, but he's still within striking distance of everybody else. See, Brandon's trying to set something up on this 86. Or the 83 in front of him. He just can't get the drive off that he needs. I'm going to say one thing these drivers can do to possibly help them with the car is you can put a little bit more brake to the rear. It slows the truck down a lot more. You can get a lot deeper into the corner, but you risk the rear end kicking out when you get on the brakes, so you got to be careful with that. Honeycutt really, he undercuts there. He gets a good drive off though. Evan was able to get by him, however. Trust that was 4-8 position. Kind of zoned out watching these guys go around. Road courses are hard, at least for me. Especially in next gens. Next gens aren't that bad anymore, but these vehicles, you really have to be precise because they just do not turn at all. They are so heavy, it's just ridiculous trying to deal with them. As you can see, he's wiggling that rear end. He might have his brake bias changed. He's going to look to the inside. But he's definitely going for it. He's wiggling that rear end, so I think he's turned his brake bias to the rear. And you can do that, get a little bit more braking to the rear of the truck. You can get him deeper, stop sooner, but it does want to try to dance around, so you got to be careful with that. Keep the rear end up under you. Thomas is just working his way through the whole entire field, or working his way away from the field at the moment. Evan is driving his guts off. That truck is everywhere at the moment. It's kicking out. He's going to get this spot here on Yost, possibly. This, he's too far away. He's not going to dive bomb here. Might get him this next corner in this braking zone. See how deep he wants to go into it. I don't think he's close. He's not. He can't get within striking. He's gonna try it. He's definitely looking. Troy has been running the fastest lap though. 19s, 130, 19s at the moment. He has stretched out to almost a 2-second lead. Everybody else has gotten spaced out, but the battle really here is for second at the moment. Evan does get by him there. See how he made this move again. I looked down for half a second. He got him coming Looks like Yost missed. Yeah, he missed the bottom there, and that caused him to plow, and Evan just got a really good run coming off. We'll have to see, can he catch Troy here, but Yost is going to have to defend against Evan. Or against Brandon. Behind him. I think Brandon's going to be trying to get the spot here. Got a lot of people going off course, and Archibald spun, however. Not been really paying attention to these off-course incidents just because I'm going to be getting a lot of them, but they're not really off-course incidents. Now we'll have to see if Evan can pick up the pace here. He ran a 1:37. Hello, Yost. We'll go down pit road. Evans, he's going as hard as he can. At lap, he was about a tenth slower. That was getting around the car, though, so got to keep that in mind. Evans gained about 2/10 there, that corner line. I want to see what he gains down here. This is a big braking zone. He lost a lot to Troy there. Troy got in super deep. Yeah, so Troy's really good through that part. That's one thing about road courses, too, is you can be bad in one part and then really, really good in the next. Evans, he's got it back now, but they're even now. Evan will come down pit road now. That'll bring Brandon with him also. So we'll see. I'll bring Sean with him too. See how long Troy stays out. Troy could run it dry. Take the least amount of fuel. I think you're going to be taking. I think they have 2 more pit stops. They can go 14, 28. Unless it's 1. What do they have for fuel, though? Let me check that. Their fuel for this race is 65% fuel, 4 tire changes. I'm not sure how long they can go on a tank of fuel here. Troy's got a big lead now. 2.5 seconds here, so I do want to know when he'll come down pit road, though. Let's see. Evan came out in front of Yost. Brandon came out behind Yost, or he cycled behind Yost there. The only thing that Yost could gain is he can have a little bit more heat in his tires, so he can actually get going a little bit better. These cars do not like to stop on cold tires. They will plow and keep going straight. It is not fun dealing with them, trust me. It is a pain to deal with. See when Troy comes down pit road. Troy has finally went down pit road, so he went the next lap. I want to see where he cycles out. So he's going to pit. I want to see where he cycles to. Will he did have about a 2.5 second lead over those guys, and he was running 130s. So he was keeping his pace. See him right there coming to picture. That's not true. Troy, so he will go back 1, 2, 3 position. Wow, he'll lose 3 positions from that. I don't know what. He had the fastest. I don't know. Wow, he had the fastest pit time on pit lane too, but he loses 3 positions from that. That's a little surprising there. I did not expect that to happen. Now he's going to have to go chase Evan down again. Teft. So we've got the first 2, Holliman and Teft, still need to come down pit road at least. Those 2 will not be able to make it. Okay, Evan. Brandon is holding on to this car. Troy wants this position. I think he's going to be able to get it too. No, Evan. Wow, Brandon. Brandon. Okay, well, 4-tire slide. Just go ahead and throw it in the corners. He is doing all he can to hold this dang position. Troy might be able to get that spot though, because I thought he overshot it there, but he's fine. He definitely got in a little bit deeper than I would have liked. Thought that front end was going to have to go for a vacation there for a minute because he got in so deep. He's not. I don't know if he's going to be able to get Brandon here because he's driving so dang hard. I mean, he is really going for it. Took a little bit of a defensive line there. He's definitely taking it. Oh, he might. Hold on. He might lose it here. No, he's going to get in deep enough. You got to be really careful though, trying to come off the corners. You want to get back to the throttle as fast as you can. The only issue is that if you do and you have some wheeling to it, that rear end kicks out, you slide, you have to restart the throttle. And hello, Troy's gonna have a shot here. Brandon off track, sliding. God knows what at the moment. Will he throw a block? I don't think he will. Troy is not close enough. He tucks back inside. He actually may have went off track there a little bit because he is not as close as he was. He was definitely a lot closer than that. That was basically just say, hey, let's just throw it in here and see what could happen. Brandon's actually been running decently fast laps. Truth has been, he just ran the fastest lap, a 128.65. He is in the middle of no man's land, though. 39 seconds behind. That will reset when Teft and Holliman go pit road. They could be trying the run it till you're dry and then short pit than the last time you have to pit, possibly. to get his pit stop done pretty quickly. A really fast stop. He did not lose a lot of positions. I thought he would lose a lot more than that. Brandon, good lord, this man is driving it in deep. He gained about 4 car lengths on that one. Evan's loose. He just stepped out on that corner. Brandon might be able to get Evan here in a minute. Evan's able to pull out. What? That's going to be taken out of context. Let's see how aggressive he wants to be, though. But he definitely gained a lot. And I think Evan's locking up that right front a little bit. I saw some smoke coming from it. I don't think it's too bad, but he's definitely locking it up. Yeah, Brandon is hounding him at the moment. He wants this spot. Missed that corner there. Yeah, he ran that one wide. He did not get down to the bottom like he needed to. Oh, Lord, Evan, there you go. So Teft is yet to stay out. He is about 2 seconds off the pace, though. But I don't think he'll be able to hold up for much longer just because of that alone. Kendall just ran the fastest lap of 128.36. So these guys are running fast laps all throughout the track. They're so separated, it's kind of hard to really notice it. Blair, however, has gotten past Troy. Troy has been off track at some point. He did. He came off at lap 20. Let's see what happened here with him. Oh, right. Look at that. Look at that brake rotor right here. We're going to look at this right here. I'll go right front. I'll get an angle of this possibly. See if I can get it. That's right rear. Right front. Look at it. We can't really see it. Yeah, there is a camera angle of this. So hold on. Let me get this. Watch the brake rotor glow on Troy. You see that little orange part right there? That's a hot brake rotor. So he's been getting on it pretty hard. So you can see how much it's glowing. See if it's glowing when he comes by. It probably isn't when he comes by us here. No, it's not. But you can... I could tell from that one that it's getting warm. So he's getting on the brakes difficult. Or pretty hard difficult. English is not my language. Honeycutt, though, wants the spot. And he is not letting up on Evan. He is getting all he can here. His brake's not glowing, so he might have it set to the front. He's just being very conservative with his brakes, working really, really well. You will feel like you're so fast early on, and then, you know, when the brakes heat up and it goes to the tires, and everything else just goes away with it as it's going to mess up Brandon there. He had to get by the lap truck. It's going to run him wide. Blair's going to have a pretty good chance here to gain a good amount of time. I think he will just a little bit. Whereas Evan might have overshot that there. Now Blair's going to get a really good run. This is really where the battle is. He's going to diamond it here. Oh, he didn't diamond it very well, though. He tried to diamond it, just didn't get it completely. You see Brandon wiggle around, though. You gotta make sure you're in the right gear. If you're in the too low of a gear, it's gonna try to spin on exit. You gotta keep that in mind. You do not want to be doing that. 68-13. All going at it. 68-13, 32. Blair is also sneaking into this. I think Andrew might be trying to one-stop this race. I think he can do it on one stop. He gets to lap 22, he can. It's 45 laps. He's losing time, though. He's been losing a lot of time here, actually. These really technical parts of the track is where he might be losing a little bit of time because he's running 132s compared to 130s. So he's definitely, he's not doing horrible, but he's definitely off pace. I think that's because he's got a little bit more worn tires. Archibald has apparently crashed. I keep getting notifications for him, but he evidently hasn't. Oh, hold on here. Evan might have messed up. Brandon's right on his bumper. He's not going to be able to get him here. Brandon misses this corner. He actually got it that time, but Evan's got such a good drive off that one. I'm not sure which number that one is. There's way too many corners on this track to count. But he keeps missing that one, and Evan, he nails it as he gets loose. I think Brandon's a little bit too shallow of that corner as Teft will finally go down pit road. I think that's going to be his last pit stop for the race, too. We'll get it 4 tires and full of fuel. I think these guys will be 2 stopping it here because of that. Oh my god, I know what this video is, and it's disgusting. I just scrolled across something there as I was looking down for a minute, and I know exactly what that was. I think I saw it before. There are some things on the internet that should never be seen by human eyes. But by God, it is. What Teft is running time-wise now. Ran a 130. That's not a true time. He ran a 137, but he's still getting up to track temp. So I'm not going to say that's the right temperature just yet at the moment. These guys have all been running pretty even time. Brandon got in deep there. And that right front is starting to glow when he's under braking. Hopefully we can see it here. I think we can. We'll look at his right front tire when he goes into this heavy braking zone. Because it definitely is glowing when I was looking at it. There, look at that right there. You can see he's on it hard, and as he goes to the corner, he lets go of it. He gets a really good run through that corner. That's what you'll see at road courses. Brakes don't get as hot. They do have a lot of time to cool off. They also run heavier brake pads. Now, at short tracks, that's where they get really hot, especially Martinsville. Martinsville is where you will see brake pads glowing red the whole entire time throughout the race. I remember 2015 when Jeff Gordon won his last race in NASCAR at Martinsville. It was incredibly dark there, but you could see how hot brake rotors were because of how much they were glowing. They were glowing ridiculously fast. They were glowing ridiculously red. And Troy comes down pit road. He might be trying to short pit these guys now. realize that's the only option that he has, possibly. I do not think he'll be able to beat them just on speed alone. See, Holloman will get by him. He'll set his sights on Evan here. Because Troy and Rob are both down pit road. This is their last pit stop for the race. They will not have to pit again. So how long does Evan stay out? Does he pit next lap? Does he try to push it as far as he can? It's just, let's see how it'll go. Steph just ran the fastest lap, 1:28.34. So Blair will come down pit road now. He's going to try the undercut. Will coming one lap sooner work is the question. If he's off and away, will he get out in front of Andrew? I think he will. Just barely, though. He will, but he's going to have cold tires. He's going to have to hold off here. Actually, he's got a lot of room behind. He won't have to worry about Andrew there. He took only fuel on that pit stop. You can do only fuel on road courses, surprisingly. You do not have to take 4 tires. They don't wear as much as they did, or that they do at road courses. That's for sure. See, Evan will come down pit road now. So where's this going to put him? Brandon's going to follow him. That'll put Pendle to the lead. Dunaway will need to pit. These top 4 need to pit. Or the 2 after these guys need to pit. Really want to see where he cycles out to is the question. He will cycle out just behind Troy. So Teft will cycle to second behind Blair. And Teft has fresher tires because he did take tires on that one. I want to see what can Evan do here, because Evan's been setting some of the fastest lap times. As it is 18 to go. These guys are running 1:30 laps. What the? Excuse me. Evan's going to get around Troy here, or attempt to. Troy's going to have to fight here. He's going to actually not even go deep in the braking zone. I thought Evan would try to fight that. Troy's able to hold him off. Let's see what he does. He's going to try to dime in this corner. See him take a really wide arch here. And try to put the power down in a straight enough line. He's going to get an inside look here on Troy. Thought he was. That's the shift. He's going to look to inside. Will Troy defend hard? He will not. Evan will decide to lay off a little bit. These camera angles are absolutely horrible. Pendle still needs to come down pit road. He's not going to be able to make it. Holloman might able. I cannot English today. English is broken. Not language. Speak American. Holloman might be able to undercut all these guys. He didn't, not even necessarily undercut everybody. He took fuel only, so that's why he's able to hop these guys track position wise. I really want to see if he's able to. Because Troy and Evan are still going at it. They are not giving up this position. Troy has it. Evan wants it. Troy won't give it to him. But I think every driver should do. Don't give him the position. Make him race for it. But I think everybody should do. That's not a good camera angle. Pendle's finally down pit road. Going to put Blair to the lead. Teft will be second. Hope will be third. Now, Evan having to fight Troy like this is going to help Blair a lot. He's still... It's not the right time. It says a 150. I was going to say that's a wrong time. 129.46. He's still faster than these guys up here, except Andrew, who took 4 on lap 23. Ruth needs to pit. He is not going to be able to make it on fuel. Andrew. Oh, no. Troy's going to get loose here. Will he be able to defend? He will not be able to. He didn't get it straight before he tried to put the power down. It's going to cause him to lose a spot. Evan finally gets by him. He's probably like, thank God. He was racing them hard but clean. That's what I like to see. Do not give them the position. Make them race you for it. Teft has been gaining little by little here. I keep noticing this. He's about, almost a whole second faster that lap. Blair had a horrible lap. He did not do good. Hope's finally down the road. Blair ran a 30:13. Andrew just ran a 29:75. That's 1 minute 29:75. Evan just ran a 29:22. Brandon just ran a 29:15. He's coming too, so these guys might catch him before the end. I think Andrew's gonna have the best shot at him though. Most of these guys have been non-factors the whole entire night, but Brandon's going to be trying to get around Troy here, and I think Troy, he's just not able to defend. He's not able to hold on like he was at the start of the race. I think once he got back in traffic, he started pushing hard, brakes got hot, heat went to the tires, and everything just gets kind of falling apart for him ever since then. I don't know what's happened to him necessarily, but he's definitely been struggling heavily after that. Taft was a little bit slower that lap. He lost about a second on him, though. 'Cause he is definitely slipping around. I can see that truck trying to come off the corner. He's shaking it. He's not necessarily keeping it up under him, that's for sure. I don't know what he's struggling with, but he's struggling with something. Pendle has went off track. Apparently, no, he has not. It said he did, though. Yeah, I think Blair has kind of stabilized his lead now. He doesn't have to run as hard as he did. Pendle ran. He's pushing his time, though. He ran a 1:28.25. He went off track, so it didn't count, but screw it. I'd count that if I was RC. As long as he didn't flat out cut it. If he nicked the exit, so what? We'll go on board here with Blair for a lap. Then we'll do a lap on board with Teft, because Teft is catching him. We'll do it. See Blair really heating up that right front brake rotor. Get on it pretty heavily. See the heat goes in it and then goes out of it. As he's on it, it turns red. As he's off, you can see the heat just dissipate. When he gets back to the start-finish line, we'll go on board with him. So we'll do that now from his gyro cam. Go with Andrew now to see what he's running. go with Evan here for another lap because he's chasing these guys down right now. A little bit of on board there with 9 to go. Evan is going to try to run these guys down. However, Andrea is holding on time-wise. I say caution where it happened. First one. Very labored stats. Why is my screen? That's weird. I don't think we'll see a pass here really anywhere that's meaningful on the track. I think Blair taking that fuel only will pay off here at the end. What it looks like here. Blair's getting through his stuff pretty aggressively. He's still running good lap times too. He's not running horrible laps at all. 102 to 116 at the moment currently for him. As Hector has apparently fenced it, he is not. I keep getting notifications for wrecks when they're not really wrecks. Brandon and Evan might get into it here again. These two were battling earlier. Seems like they never get away from each other. Kendall's running 129.77, so he's picking up the pace. He's running the fastest times on the track right now. It's going to be these two. I want to see how deep Brandon wants to get in here. Excuse me. Alexis Smith. I have never even heard of that dude before. Oh, Brandon, use all the track you can. Get all of it. I cannot drive road courses. Well, I'm actually not bad at them. Just depends on what vehicle, but I love watching road courses. I think they're fun. That takes true talent, in my opinion. I respect anybody that can drive those things very, very good. Very, very. I cannot English state very, very well. ETAP kind of straggling on back there. I know Blair's probably laid off a little bit. He doesn't want to get those tires heated up. Keep all the heat out of them that you can. You don't have to get in deep in the braking zone. You can brake a little bit or let off a little bit earlier. Just kind of let it roll into the corners. What you can do. It's better for everybody else. Brandon's going to try to get up under Evan here. These two are all sliding around. So he will get that position on him. Troy might be able to get another position on Evan. Evan's going to kind of go a little bit of a defensive line into this corner. I believe this is probably 10. Turn 10. I don't know exactly. I think this is 11 and then 12. Got the corners here. See if Evan can get back because he is definitely trying to push. You see that dirt and all this other crap getting kicked up on the track. That's just when these guys pushing as hard as they can. They want to get back to him. Oh, Lord, just can they is the question, though. Not completely sure if they can. Troy kind of shortcut that corner. He's not going to get a really good exit there to be able to go for it. Teft is gaining a little bit of time on Blair. I don't know if he's going to be able to catch him, though. He wiggled there coming into the corner. He's got that brake bias set to the rear. This is when guys are going to be changing that brake bias. If you've had it set to the front, and go ahead, crank it back to the rear, see if it'll help. It might help with a little bit more turn in, possibly. I'm not completely sure. Getting a lot of wreck notifications, but I don't think they're real ones at all. Yeah, Andrew keeps gaining, then he loses. I think Blair is just managing the gap at the moment. He's driving in harder when he needs to, easier when he doesn't need to do that. He's very, very picky with how he does it. The only battle we're going to have here soon might be maybe Thomas and Evan. I'm not completely sure, though. I really don't know at this point. Evan is really sliding the rear of that truck around. I don't know how long that's going to last, beating the rear tires up. He's trying to put all the power he can off the corners. Power down that he can off the corners, but I don't know if it's going to work. Brandon went off the track there, but evidently not for long. Yeah, look, you can see that truck is just sliding. He is beating those rear tires up. It is not going to work much longer. Blair is 2.5 seconds ahead still. Just gotta make sure that he holds that lead. I want to see if I don't know if Evan can hold. This is going to be the battle I'm looking at. Andrew blew a corner hard. He missed one really, really hard. Have to see. God, Evan, you are sliding that thing around, my man. He is just going for it. Troy might be able to catch him here if he keeps doing that, as it will be 2 to go at Mid-Ohio. I want to see, can he hold that? Can he hold on to the car in general? Because I don't think it's going to last much longer for him. I just don't think you can keep doing what he's doing to it. He's going to step out too far one time. See, they might catch Andrew here possibly. He is gaining. They are gaining a lot on him. A lot. They might catch him here. Andrew's really falling off, and I mean really, really falling off. I don't know what in the world has happened to that truck, but he is losing time heavily. I don't see any visible damage to it. I mean, he is really falling off on time, though. He dropped about... He's got to be missing a corner here. He might get... He's going to lose second and third there. He's going to try to cross over move here, possibly. I don't know what's going on. Tires are falling off out of nowhere, it looks like, for some of these guys, because they are losing spots quickly. Hello, Evans. He's looking. He's going to try it on Brandon. He's going to try it. He's going to try it. Just thought about it. Can Evan get a good exit, though? Brandon slides a little bit. Evan keeps it straight. Blair will run away with it. This is the battle for second here. I have no idea what happened to Andrew. He just fell off a cliff at last lap. Last 2 laps, really. Evans not close enough. Brandon's going to hold on to second for now. Troy, hello. He's trying to poke his nose in here. Who is going to make that Hail Mary attempt is the question. Because somebody is going to try it. It's going to be who will do it. Brandon will get through these corners pretty good. Just do not slide off the track too much. As Troy looks like he's trying to get third. Troy's thought he was close enough. He can try it. He is close enough. He's got one last shot here. I think he might have missed it, though. I think he did. Yeah, he missed his shot, though. So Blair will come home with the win. Brandon will come home second. He about missed that corner. Evan third, Troy fourth, and Andrew Teft, who just fell off a cliff the last 2 laps. He comes home fifth. Christopher Pendle is sixth. Well, I don't know what happened with Andrew there, but he just fell off heavily those last 2 laps. We'll watch him burn it down. I have to go all the way back to the start-finish line to do his burnout here. It takes a long time for sure. Like that will be his burnout. That's a short burnout there. Nope, he's still gonna be doing it here. Hold on. Pull up the start or the finishing grid now, bring in the top 3 drivers. Hey Evan, this is Bryce in the booth. Got a copy, man?
Yeah.
Man, so you come home third, fall a little bit short, qualified second, but you were competing the whole entire night. Now, how did the race go for you overall, though, man? Because it seemed like it was kind of between 3 or 4 drivers, and then when pit stops happened, it kind of switched that up. But you were contention the whole time.
Well, just had to play the pit strategy right, no cautions on road courses. Um, it was definitely a mentally challenging race, having to hit all those corners. It's hard to pass on this track, so you got to think about it for a couple of laps. Yeah, I mean that's it. Just run fast. That's all I can say.
So how hard was it, trying to manage when you wanted to pass somebody? Because there's some corners that you get good runs out of, and some corners you get bad runs out of. So, how did you have to set up a pass? Because you just said you really had to think about it. So, where were the passing zones here besides trying to outbrake somebody?
Turn one, that's a good one. Pretty much any heavy braking zone's good, but most of the camber corners are off camber or downhill, so it's hard to see ahead and where the apex is at. So, but it was good, clean racing through and through. Blair deserved that win. I don't know how he did that on that strategy. I was trying to run down Andrew, but my tires overheated, and the only reason I passed him was because you ran out of gas. So.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it was. It was a good race, especially with even though Blair was out there, you all were just going at it with each other. Nobody was giving up. Everybody was trying to get into the braking zone deeper. It was who wanted to get in there harder than the next person. But before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out? Maybe been watching the stream here tonight.
Shout out Hometown Garage. My parents, they're watching. My girlfriend, she's watching. That's it. See you at New Hampshire next week.
All right, man. Well, I will let you go, but good job coming home third tonight, man.
Yep. Thank you for the broadcast.
That was Evan, the second place driver. Let me ask for Brandon Honeycutt. Uh, see if he wants an interview here. Okay, well, let's go with the race winner. Hey, Blair, this is Bryce in the booth. Got a copy, man?
How's it going?
And so you come home with the win there. You go fuel only at the end. You qualified fifth. Now, how'd the race go for you overall, though, man?
Started off kind of rough. We went to grid there and my headset died, and I had to switch the sounds to the TV. So that was a pain. But the race itself, I was trying to figure out how the other guys are so much quicker than me that first run. Then I watched and I was starting to notice where the guys were coming off of the apex of their corners and they weren't on the gas. They were letting the truck straighten out before they get on the gas. I was started to pick up on that. That second run that we had there, I was like, you know what, I think I can do that. So I rolled the exit of two there, the exit of 4 and 5, and was just trying not to spin the tires on exit. And I was like, oh, I'm saving tire here. So when it came down to that last pit stop, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna throw some fuel in it. Truck isn't sliding around. I think I got a shot, and somehow it actually worked.
Yeah, these really road course in general, it really likes when you wait to straighten out to get back on the tires, but you want to get back to the throttle, but it just takes forever for these, especially these trucks to rotate because the front end doesn't turn on them at all. But you pick that up mid race. How much is well, let me word this right. How much do you have to adapt on road courses throughout the race? Because the brakes heat up, your brakes go away, your tires go away. How much do you have to adapt at these tracks?
You definitely have to adapt a lot. With one lap to another, it's trying to figure out where that braking zone is, because like sometimes you just become so like focused on the truck ahead of you, you're not really paying attention to the markers, like the 300, the 200, or the cones. So it's trying to just make sure you're hitting the same marks every lap, and the truck's constantly changing. So you're trying to nurse the truck along to try to get what you want out of it and just trying not to spin it out there. That's the biggest thing, because with road courses like this, you're racing the track more than you're racing anybody else. Just because I was racing near people doesn't mean I actually had a shot to actually race with them, because track's pretty narrow and it's who can force who into a mistake to try to get around them. So it's more racing the track than you are racing the other person.
Yeah, so how much concentration is required here? Because I'm not horrible at road courses, but I'm still learning them. But I know, you miss it by 5 feet and it messes your whole corner up. So how much do you have to concentrate at road course tracks, especially here?
Depending on the road course track, like you have to have different levels of focus. Like if we were racing at Watkins Glen, or I'd say what's another classic, or even Sonoma. Like we've all come to know those two tracks playing those NASCAR games for the last 20 years, that we kind of roughly know where we have to break anyways. But when we get to these other tracks that are like more IndyCar courses, like this track here is definitely not for a NASCAR. We make it work, but this is that type of track where you have to really focus on hitting the marks. You don't want to slide on the brakes in the corner entry. You're just not going to make the corner, and you don't want to get on the gas hard enough on corner exit because it's just going to spin tires. You want to be able to save tire here, which is it's such a weird concept to say on a road course. It's like, oh, I'm saving tire, and it's like, but how? It's like you have to drive fast and you have to try to save tire. It's a lot going on there. It definitely gives you a mental workout as you're racing around here.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
I want to give a couple quick shout outs. I know my dad's watching, and hopefully he enjoyed seeing this. His birthday was last Friday, so let's consider this a belated birthday gift for him. On the hood, we have Holloman Napa Auto Parts. That's my cousin Tad's family business. On the pillar, we have ACR Autocore Recycling. That's my buddy Brian. It's business. And can't forget my tool guy, Macro Tools on the side of the truck. And my buddy Roy Salisbury is definitely checking it out this evening. And hopefully he was entertained by what he saw.
All right, man. Well, I would let you go, but good job coming on with the win tonight, man.
Thank you.
That was Blair Holloman. I'm saying that wrong. But I'll go over the finishing order now. Blair comes home with the win. Brandon Honeycutt second. Evan third. Having a stroke tonight. Fourth, Troy Thomas. Fifth, Andrew Teff. Sixth, Christopher Pendle. Seventh, Truth Hoke. Eighth, Sean Dunaway. Ninth, Alex Gates. 10th, Kyle Hess. 11th, Russ Martin. 12th, Curtis Ecker. 13th, Philip Archibald. 14th, Rob Yost. 15th, Alan Bergen. 16th, John Ross. 17th, Matt Metler. Not a bad race overall. Really, before that last pit stop, those guys were going at it. And, towards the end of the race, they were still going at it. So there was, surprisingly, they didn't get as spaced out as I thought they would. There was action all throughout. It was not a bad race, but I'm not going to keep y'all here any longer. I can tell that my voice is going away, so I will let you all go. And I also need to move this mic a lot closer to my mouth.